Good morning and welcome to America's Home Cooking. This is part 2 of the light whole wheat sourdough bread. Now you should have fed yours last night or yesterday evening, 1 cup of flour and half a cup of water. Now I am not going to use water this time, but they say another cup of water. I am going to use potato water because I know they love potato water. Okay, where did I put, well, wherever I put it, it's somewhere. Now, you have to know that these sourdoughs and whole grains that I make are heavier breads than you normally are accustomed to. You need 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Where did I put my salt? So if you're accustomed to light bread that collapses, I mean, you can squeeze the whole loaf into a little ball. You're not going to enjoy these as much, but when you cook with these whole grains and sourdoughs, there's more volume to them. So, warning you about that. All right, we put that in. Now, the only thing left for us to do is add all that flour mixture that we did yesterday. As we stir this down. So let me show you, we added the, if you don't have potato water, just add a cup of water to it like I said, and 1.5 teaspoons of salt, and we're going to stir this down. And don't worry if it has a crust on the top. We're going to work this in again, and there's no waste to it. You see those bubbles? We have a lot of culture there. Going to add some flour, the flour mixture we made yesterday, which was, what, 5 cups of all-purpose and 1 cup of whole wheat to make a light whole wheat sourdough bread. So I was warning you, just letting you know that all these breads I make are much heavier than the breads that you buy in the store, or if you make just white bread, you'll definitely know the difference. No, I don't need my glasses anymore. I know what to do now. And as you can see, it's coming together very, very nice. Always make a bed for it to land on so you don't have it sticking to the counter as much. Now, something you have to know about sourdough cultures, as you keep your culture alive and feed it, when you first start, it has a very, very, very mild taste. You really won't be able to tell that it's sourdough. But as it gets older and older through the years, it gets a stronger and stronger flavor, and you'll end up with the flavor of sourdough. You'll also find out whole grains as well as sourdoughs are more filling. There goes my cats. Now, remember, sourdoughs take a long time to rise. So I do this early in the morning. I'm not going to tell you in an hour it's going to be ready. It'll be ready when it's 1 inch above the rim of your bread pan. And I'm using the 1 pound loaves, which are, I think, 8.5 by 4.5, if I remember correctly. And the sack that you see me doing now is kneading for people who haven't made bread. What you do is it's a 1/4 turn, you fold it over, and you press in and away. And that is the motion of kneading. And as you knead, your dough will pick up the flour. Now I'm going to keep doing this until I get this all kneaded in, and I will be back. Okay, I've kneaded in everything, but 1/2 cup of flour won't accept it. So it's nice and smooth. Now I'm going to divide this in half. We're going to put it in greased bread, 1 pound bread pans, and we're going to let this rise. I'm not going to tell you how long, because like I told you, it'll depend upon the temperature and the weather, but it will double, and you want to get it 1 inch above the rim. Pinch your seams, because you don't want it to come apart when you cut your bread. And see, this cookbook that I use does not tell you to grease your pans, so you have to know what breads have to be greased. This is why it's important you know these things. Do not cover them, just put them in a warm spot. And when they're risen, we will take care of them.